Welcome to History Love, where we explore the stories, people, and events that shaped our world. Let's dive into the past and uncover history's most fascinating moments. The Battle of Sewell's Point, a clash of cannons. Act 1, The Gathering Storm. Scene 1, The Tides of War. The year is 1861. The echoes of Fort Sumter's fall have barely faded, and the young American Civil War is already casting its long, ominous shadow over the nation. In the heart of Virginia, tension simmers as the Union Navy tightens its grip on the Chesapeake Bay, enforcing President Abraham Lincoln's blockade. A fleet of Union ships, led by the USS Cumberland, patrols the waters, intercepting Confederate supply routes and capturing blockade runners. But the rebels will not yield so easily. On the shores of Norfolk County, Virginia, Confederate engineers and soldiers work tirelessly under the command of Major General Walter Gwynn. Their task: fortify Sewell's Point, an unfinished battery overlooking the Elizabeth River. If the Union blockade is to hold, these defenses must be shattered. Act 2, The First Shots. Scene 2, May 18, 1861, the opening salvo. The USS Monticello, commanded by Captain Henry Eagle, sails towards Sewell's Point, its guns primed. Inside the battery, the Confederates brace themselves, yet their defenses are incomplete. No cannons yet line the ramparts. A hush falls over the shore as the Monticello lets loose its first thunderous volley. Explosions rip through the unfinished earthworks, sending plumes of dirt skyward. Confederate soldiers duck for cover, cursing their misfortune. But the Monticello's barrage, while fearsome, accomplishes little. The defenders remain defiant, though they lack the firepower to respond. The ship withdraws, leaving behind smoldering debris but no lasting damage. Scene 3, May 19, 1861, Fire and Fury. By sundown the following day, the Confederate defenders have transformed their position. 3 massive 32-pound cannons now loom over the river, their black barrels gleaming in the fading light. As the Monticello approaches once more, its crew is unaware that this time the rebels are ready. At 5:30 p.m., the Union vessel unleashes its second bombardment. The roar of cannon fire shatters the evening calm, sending shells shrieking toward the shore. But the Confederate gunners, under the command of Captain Peyton H. Colquitt, answer with a fury of their own. Boom! The first Confederate shell narrowly misses. Another grazes the Monticello's hull. The Union gunboat shudders under the impact of return fire, her crew scrambling to reload. Realizing they are outmatched, Captain Eagle orders a retreat. The Monticello turns away, disappearing into the gathering darkness. From the ramparts, Colquitt raises a Georgia state flag in triumph. He has no Confederate banner to fly, but his message is clear. Sewell's Point stands unbroken. Scene 4, May 21, 1861, the final exchange. The Monticello returns one last time, determined to test the enemy's resolve. 2 thunderous shots echo across the bay, streaking toward the Confederate stronghold. But the defenders, now confident in their firepower, respond swiftly. The Union ship, once again met with fierce resistance, veers away, acknowledging the futility of further attacks. The battle, if it can be called that, has yielded no decisive victor. Neither side has suffered significant losses, and yet the conflict at Sewell's Point has set a precedent. The Union blockade is tested but holds, and the Confederacy proves its ability to defend its shores. Act 3, The Long Shadow of War. Scene 5, The war moves on. As the months pass, Sewell's Point continues to play a role in the war. Its guns thunder again in the legendary clash of ironclads, the USS Monitor and the CSS Virginia, during the Battle of Hampton Roads in March 1862. The Confederate stronghold resists until May 1862, when the overwhelming Union presence at Fort Monroe forces an evacuation. On May 9, 1862, the Confederate defenders abandon their posts under the cover of night. By dawn on May 10, Union troops march into Norfolk, Portsmouth, and Sewell's Point, finding the once defiant batteries eerily silent, their guns left cold and abandoned. Epilogue: The Fading Echoes. Today no trace of the Sewell's Point battery remains. Where cannons once roared, Only the quiet hum of the modern Norfolk naval base lingers. The battle itself may have been inconclusive, a mere whisper in the grand saga of the Civil War. Yet, in those early days of conflict, it served as a harbinger of the struggles to come, a glimpse into a war that would reshape a nation forever. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. If you love this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to History Love. Together, let's keep the love for history alive. See you in the next chapter.